Hello, my name is Caitlin, and today we are going to talk about the initiative and referendum process in the state of Arizona. According to the Arizona Secretary of State, an initiative is the method by which voters may propose new laws or amend existing laws by gathering signatures from registered voters to place the issue on the ballot. And a referendum is the method by which voters may veto a law or part of a law by gathering signatures from registered voters to place the issue on the ballot. To create an initiative, one must keep in mind certain requirements that must be met. These requirements include initiative petitions must be filed by a certain date, signature requirements for constitutional amendment must meet a certain number, and signature requirements for statutory initiatives measures must meet a certain number. The Arizona Constitution requires valid signatures from 15% of qualified electors to place an initiative proposing a constitutional amendment on the ballot, and valid signatures from 10% of qualified electors to place an initiative proposing a statutory amendment on the ballot. You can visit the Arizona Secretary of State's website for clear instructions. Steps for preparing an initiative include forming a political committee through the Arizona Secretary of State's online system, Beacon, or be prepared to designate an existing non-candidate political committee to act as a petition sponsor. One must file an application for serial number with the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Acquire the appropriate initiative petition from the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Ensure any paid or out-of-state circulators have registered with the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Circulate petitions and obtain signatures from eligible voters. Submit circulated petitions to the Arizona Secretary of State's office by the deadline. The Secretary of State's and applicable county recorders will process the petitions and determine whether enough signatures were gathered to place the measures on the ballot. To file a referendum in the state of Arizona, the overall referendum and signatures must be submitted by certain dates to meet the requirement. The Secretary of State will not accept an application without an accompanying statement or designation. To begin the process of a referendum, an individual or organization wishing to refer a measure to the ballot must submit an application for serial number stating their intent to circulate a statewide referendum petition. The steps to prepare a referendum are as follows. You must first form a political committee through the Arizona Secretary of State's online system or be prepared to designate an existing non-candidate political committee to act as a petition sponsor. Then file an application for serial number with the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Acquire the appropriate referendum petition from the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Ensure any paid or out-of-state circulators have registered with the Arizona Secretary of State's office. Circulate petitions and obtain signatures from eligible voters. Submit circulated petitions to the Arizona Secretary of State's office by the statutory deadline. Finally, the Secretary of State's and applicable county recorders will process the petitions and determine whether enough signatures were gathered to place the measures on the ballot. This is a basic form of direct democracy, as it allows citizens to decide on issues of importance to them without having to rely on representatives to decide for them. An initiative is an act of direct democracy where citizens of a state, county, or municipality draft legislation that is then placed on a ballot for a public vote. A referendum, in contrast, is an act of representative democracy where the government submits a piece of legislation to the legislator for a public vote. Referendums are initiated by the government and are used to refer existing legislation to the public for a vote. This type of direct democracy allows the public to directly approve or reject laws already passed by the legislator. Unlike initiatives, referendums are often used to gauge public opinion on controversial law or measure that has already been passed. Initiatives and referendums are different from one another because of their origin and approach. We will now go on to discuss the pros and cons of initiatives. The primary pro of an initiative is that it allows citizens to influence their state's law and constitution directly. This can be particularly beneficial in cases where the legislator needs to take action on an issue or act contrary to what the public desires. Cons of referendums are that they can cause a divide in the people when campaigning for votes, and they may not please all the people in the state. The initiative and referendum process are the essential part of direct democracy in Arizona. The initiative and referendum processes are used to allow citizens to create or amend state laws or to overturn laws that have been passed by the legislature. The initiative and referendum processes are outlined in the Arizona Constitution and are an important way for the citizens to become directly involved in the political process. Direct democracy is a system of government where the citizens are able to have a direct say in how their government is run. Thank you for listening about the referendum and initiative process in the state of Arizona.